Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and descendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Capricorn, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. Excuse me, you'll have to take my apologies, Capricorn, for the weekly videos being late. It's just been, there's been a lot going on. All right, so anyway, let's get into it. For your actions and options, you have the Knight of Cups. This is about you seeking out opportunities this week. So this week it looks like rather than relying on luck or relying on anybody else's steam or momentum, this is you going after what you want and being very proactive about it. The King of Cups is always about solid offers and opportunities. Now this could be you presenting somebody, i.e. a friend, a family member, a colleague, with an opportunity as well. So maybe you have this really great idea and you could be pitching it to a friend, a family member, a colleague, etc. And this could be you saying, look, you know what, I've done the legwork on this. And one of the things that I love about Capricorn, if they come to you with a business idea, you can bet your bottom dollar they have done their homework. Like if a Capricorn was to come to me tomorrow and say, I've done my homework, and obviously I would use my intuition and all the rest of it. I would make sure that, I would actually vet them. But for 9 times out of 10, if it were a Capricorn that I knew, I would say, yeah, straight away. And the reason being is because when they say they've done the legwork, when they say they've done the research, when they say they know what the risks are, what the variables are, etc. These are, Capricorns know their stuff inside and out usually. So if you are presenting this to somebody, it's like whatever research you've already done, you are fully aware of, which is great. And so whatever you're offering to friend, colleague, family member, etc., it's like they can trust you, they can count on you. So yeah, I think this is great. If you've got an idea to go into business with somebody or to get support from somebody, I think you'll get it, mostly because you're selling them facts rather than pipe dreams, which is great. For your communications and conversations, you have the Two of Swords. This week, you do need to trust your own intuition about who you should be working with, who you should be aligning with. And this week, it looks like an opportunity is going to present itself relatively spontaneously, and this will be about your work or your profession in some way, shape or form. You are going to have to move on this really quickly though. So maybe a friend, family member, co-worker, etc. sends you a job description and you think, hang on a sec, that is me. Like that is literally me down to a T. I would love to do that. What this suggests to me, actually, in a lot of ways, is that the opportunity that presents itself to you this week, you will feel that it's the right one for you. Now, because it is the Two of Swords, it does suggest that you will have time to make your decision, but there'll be no backing out of it. So you're either in or you're out. There's not going to be any chance for this whole, I'll try it out, or maybe dip my toe in or anything like that. Now, when it comes to communication this week, it does look like a week where you will need to communicate, not in a shady way, but this week you will need to communicate secretively. All right, this is the not a week for you to make big overt gestures or declarations or anything like that. Whatever you're doing, work behind the scenes. Whatever you're saying, work behind the scenes. It's not a week to be out there divulging stuff. Like this is the behind the scenes energy. Now, for those of you that work for somebody else, your Two of Swords, this is the decision point. I think this week, a lot of Capricorns that have been unhappy when it comes to work, or maybe not, feeling really unappreciated. Do you know what I mean? Like if you are feeling a bit unappreciated, this could be the week where you say, actually, yeah, you know what? That better opportunity is going to get me. And the reason it's going to get me is because I'm not getting what I need and what I actually feel like I deserve here and now. When it comes to those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this Two of Swords is basically saying this week you're going to have to feel it out. Whether this is a new contract, whether it's a new client, whether it is maybe even a new branch of the industry. You're going to have to really sit with how you feel about it. This is a week to delve into your intuition. Now, I know a lot of people say like, oh, well, you know, Capricorn's not necessarily known for it, but if you came to the intuition activation webinar, even if you didn't and you still just want to watch it, you can check that out on the link in the description box below. But everyone has intuition. It's just a case of training it and learning to trust it. So just something for you to think about. And then finally, for those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, this might be a really good week to learn to delve into your intuition. You know, whether that's with my intuition activation webinar or just on your own, this would be a really good week to start to discover what skill you might have and how to enhance that. It also suggests as well that this could be a week of healing when it comes to rifts and challenges, and that kind of goes across the board as well for all of you in some way. For your money and materials, you have the Seven of Swords. No big purchases this week, especially of vehicles or anything that needs to be done with a vehicle. This would also not be a good week to loan money to somebody. There's a couple of reasons why. The first one, it looks like whatever the money, whatever you're being told the money is for, it's not. Whatever you are being told this person is going to do with the money, they won't. And whatever time span you are given on when this money or these resources will be given back, it's not going to happen in that time frame, if at all. If you have money to give somebody, absolutely give it. But if it's a loan and you want the other person to know that it's a loan, this is not the week to go down this path. It will bite you both in the butt at some point. Don't do it. For your physical health and vitality, your Seven of Swords is going to be your nervous system, your skin and your blood. Look after those things this week. Not to say that you have any issues there, but if they do arise, this is likely to be where they are. And then for your home and environment, this would be a week to, you know, when you go out, make sure you lock your door. When you are, you know, going to bed, even if it's really warm, you know, find a way of making sure that the house is secure. Just the Seven of Swords is probably my least favorite card, I have to say. And a lot of, you know, I've been asked this actually recently by one of my students. Does it always mean lies, deceit and theft? No, sometimes it can represent things moving forward in very unconventional ways, which is definitely a possibility. But just for the most part, you know, keep your wits about you. And then finally, for your love and relations, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So in some way, shape or form, you show up as yourself. I think this is going to be another one of those weeks where Capricorn is really kind of getting back to who they are, getting back to their own mojo, you know, really having the experience of remembering who you are at that deeper level. For those of you that are single, you could have a private admirer, a secret admirer, who is revealed to you this week. But if I'm completely honest with you, I don't feel like the source that's kind of divulging this information, it's not that they can't be trusted, because I actually feel like the crush may be there, but I feel like this person is being outed, if that makes any sense. It's almost like someone's telling you this just to, you know, to rattle somebody else's cage or to out that person. It's not so much about telling you that you have a secret admirer. So just be aware of the source of the information. The information looks like it's probably correct, but the reason that they're giving you this information is the motive that you want to look at. For those of you that are partnered or in relationships already, there's lots of communication here this week, and there's going to be some really deep conversations that take place. Some of it, I don't think any of it's actually irreconcilable, to be completely honest with you. I think it's going to be the opposite, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to take you down some really serious conversational roads. All right, and then for your Human Design Oracle card for the week ahead, you have the Gate 5 and Patience. The story with this card, and I absolutely love this, right? When a frog, because you know they eat flies, right? The frog will sit on the lily pad and it will wait forever if it has to, but there's always an understanding that the next meal, the next thing that you need, the next piece of the puzzle, it will always come. Maybe not in the time frame that you want it, maybe not in the time frame that you expect it, but it will always be there. And so exercising patience this week, and obviously, you know, what you're known for, that due diligence, these are going to be really important things this week. So exercise them as best you possibly can. All right, that is your week in a nutshell. I truly hope that it helps you and serves you well going forward. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.